What's good, guys? It's the game we've all been waiting for. It's this Play All 5 with Anotand 3DB. They decided to change it up from a best of 5 to just a Play All 5, play a couple more games, and 3DB spawning in the northeast side as the French, and Anotand, the Civ he is known for, spawning in on the southwest as the Delhi. The big question is how is his build order How is his build order going to change? How is he going to have a different style here with some of the PUP updates, or is he going to go with the same OG stuff that he has been doing? Only time will tell. This is also one of the new maps. It's Marshlands. This map is absolutely sick. You can see the kind of map control style that you can play. If you can gain map control, there is a ton of shoreline fish, which we've talked about it in some of the other maps. Fastest food gathering in the game. Corner sacred sites, so just kind of this line across the middle, will be a struggle for Anotand to secure this all the way far sacred site, but should be able to have the one in the west for free as it's quite close to his town center. 3DB again already opting for the deer, so getting a nice and solid food gathering rate, but surprised he didn't just take 2 steps further and go for the shoreline fish. Anotand just going with his classic, you know, Delhi style. Get the mill down, get your moss down, get your upgrades on through, and most likely go ahead, get up to feudal age. And if we know Anotand, he goes for the Tower of Victory. And will he continue with the same style, or will he maybe change it up for a different little option with the Dome of the Faith? Maybe have some extra scholar production for cheaper, and fast castle, village fortress, you know, just throwing some different builds out there that we might like to see. You know, or just kind of see the massive Delhi, but might see elephants once castle age hits. And those elephants are a little different. They're a little stronger, and people seem to be having a little bit of trouble with them. So I'd like to see the different units come out, but we will see how strong they may be if we get to that point. 3DB force drops off the gold, should be dropping his school of cavalry any second now. And it's not the School of Cavalry, it's the Chamber of Commerce. I was joking. The Chamber of Commerce is being dropped. So with the Chamber of Commerce now, you have 3 traders that get queued up for each economic upgrade you have. So as he goes ahead and has, you know, survival techniques, as wheelbarrow comes through, horticulture, double broadex, all these techs, traders will get queued up for free. And the, you know, cost of a tech in these dark age techs are cheaper than and feudal age techs are cheaper than what a trader costs. So it has a really good payoff, as obviously you get the economic production as well. Scout for Anotand has spotted out the deer. But the question is when will Anotand spot out the Chamber of Commerce rather than the School of Cavalry? We're seeing his scout, we're tracking his scout, just kind of following it along. Can't get too close to the town center, but at this point I think he's already a little confused. If you build the Chamber of Commerce, you usually don't want it behind your base. You usually want your knights to be rallying up to the front as close as possible, so usually you want it to have some space, and usually want it more towards that front side. Scout still circling. Chamber of Commerce getting closer and closer to finishing, and the Dome of the Faith is the option for Anotand. He's not going with the OG Tower of Victory, immediately queuing the Dome of the Faith, going into the moss, so it's a different build. He's moving villagers over to the gold. This might be a fast castle build, except he's got a little bit of extra wood than what I would expect. Scout spots out the Chamber of Commerce immediately. Anotand will have to react to this. Trade is something you cannot go left unchecked anymore. It has to be dealt with, and as we see it, those traders immediately queued on up. First one pops on out. Go ahead and throw your guesses in the chat. What do you think the trade is going to return back forward. This is, you know, about 2/3 of the map across that we see the return coming back. We'll see, you know, who's going to be the closest in the chat over here, and we'll check on it in just a little bit of time, do a little bit more casting, but it's going to be spears as the first option for Anotand. These are also effective because, you know, the Delhi infantry are able to build some walls and might just go pressure these deer as well and push some back. Stables being dropped for B, as again, French, they're expected to build those knights, so the spears are needed to come out, needed to reply to those knights and be that core defense for your villagers and for your archers if that's what you decide, or horsemen if that's what you decide, because your horsemen cannot just dive into French knights. The first trader is on its way back. We got some guesses in the chat: 76, 83, 108, 110. I'm gonna go with 88 and 62. What a weak return. Not really what you would be expecting out of trade, but luckily for him, all these traders are free. We just saw forestry even come through from 3DB. 3-0 3DB so far. Anotand taking that scout on scout war, but needs to watch out for the knight coming through. Pulls back his scout at that perfect timing. Won't take any damage. Has some spears that should be able to be up and ready. And what does he do? He goes to wall the trade in with his spear. And he's doing a little bit of the quick wall before the scout can get there, before the knight can get there. Hopefully, and the knight actually turns around. The scout won't be effective enough to do this. Anotand actually needs to quick wall the other side as well. Oh, and it's not going to be doing it. It's scouted out by the scout. And he's doing it. The scout hadn't reacted yet. Knight hasn't reacted. Knights are pulling back. Not only the knights, the archers. No, the archers are sitting there in the middle. And a horseman moves on across. The spearmen have made the wall. Now it is just about slowly reinforcing all of these pallets as fast as you possibly can, because the knights are sure to come and burn these walls down. There it is. First torch coming out immediately. 2 torches coming out. Spearman, it's trying to run. Is it going to get there? Oh, and it gets there in time. Look at the reaction. Knights need to split. Knights needs to split, go into 2 different panels. They immediately go for another one of the weaker panels. Luckily, the spearmen already there, ready to react quicker from Anotand. At the same time, would love to, see some of this horseman pressure come out potentially in the mid on the, onto those vulnerable resources that we saw. And there it is. The archers are forced to react, are forced to pull back. So traders have been idled for quite a bit of time, and Anotand, it might look like he is down a lot of eco now, but as Delhi, you're slowly getting these techs on through for free, but the tech game is really going to be equalized in the most part, and 3DB is actually getting more of these blacksmith techs. I don't believe those give you traders, however, because it does say economic technologies research. Oh. So traders are going to be able to start coming back, but look at what Anotand's doing on the other side. He's going to try to secretly wall in the Chamber of Commerce. Not a huge investment he's putting into this either, as it's just a couple spears and he gets a scout pick in the middle. A few more of these archers are massing up though, and the spears cannot just run into this archer mass as another one goes down. Spears walling up the home market. No reaction yet from B, but probably what his plan is going to be is, go stop this other spear from quick walling his trade yet again. And villagers pulled. 7 vills pulled, going for the attempted stop at this quick wall. Not only that, scout is... trying to deny the western sacred site, and Anotand finishes the compound of the defender. No upgrades have been started yet out of it. Would love to see the village fortress, because that is the play that you love. Relics being brought back in. And a huge mass starting to mass forward again. 3DB has a significant army mass, and does Anotand have enough to be able to start dealing with this? Relic still being brought, Scholar being denied. Scholar in the west trying to pull back, bring more of these units back, but there's nope. It's gonna be the perfect, again, timing attack from B. He has a ton of these military units, and he's just chasing down villagers. Doesn't know where to go in the South Forest. Splits his units and splits them around. But the chop through! No! If he hadn't chopped the tree, it wouldn't have revealed him. A Lancer has come out, and not only a Lancer, it's a War Elephant popping out first for Anotand. Next relics being brought, or 2 relics being brought back still. Another Scholar gets fired in upon, a knight goes down, and not quite the other knight. A lot of vills have been taken down, but if any civilization can come back from it, it is the Delhi. It's 5 vills that have fallen. Maybe more to follow, as there's still an archer mass, takes down another spear. There's a war elephant, but not sure how effective war elephants are against archers. And not only are it archers, they are effective against those knights, but 3DB again doing a great job splitting up those archer masses, just pressuring all these different points of the eco, and not allowing Anotand to breathe, not allowing Anotand to be able to stabilize. More of the gold being focused on down. No sacred sites have been secure, and there is only a big war elephant out. Yes, it's scary, but look at how slow it is. The spearman on top, just, you know, there it is. There's the elephant attack and the spearman on top. Villagers running on home, jump inside that town center. War elephant trying to run home. Second war elephant pops out. Whoa, 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 coming down. This could be it. Oh, if the body block was able to come through. Again, only 7 vills have gone down. Anotand has been able to slowly stop this hemorrhaging, but B has sniffing something out over here in this southern side. Knows that Anotand has to be getting food from somewhere, as there are 2. I mean, those war elephants are quite expensive, and there it is. No! The scout has spotted out these 8 vills on the opposite side. Again, trying to run away, try to save themselves. And 3DB has strayed. You know, it may only be 62 gold, but the longer this goes untouched, the more it just continues to pay off. War elephants. This is why they're just so ineffective. There's just never a fight they're able to be taken. An archery range being dropped. Finally gets village fortress. So at this point in time, I mean, this is kind of the point. 3DB hits his castle age. He gets his saddles. Next up coming is going to be that royal bloodlines. His knights already veteran royal knights. His archers aren't veteran upgraded yet, but couple more seconds there. Knights take a charge into the elephants, and look at how much damage those things do to the knights. Problem is, the archers have started to mass up, and look at the speed, just running on away, and just won't be able to do any damage. Another scholar tries to pick up the relic yet again. Third relic just hasn't been able to be secured yet. Mass for 3DB just building bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's more war elephants coming out. No tower elephants yet, though, which is, you know, another sick one. And I mean, 4 war elephants and 3 scholars. Is this enough to, like, do something? Like, is this enough to like force a reaction under your opponent's, you know, production and things like that? I think 3DB is just gonna have way too much military. It's just gonna be able to circle around these war elephants and just crush their souls. Not only that, another 4 knights spot out some villagers on these berries. This is the problem with Delhi versus French when you don't retake that map control and get that map security. Ville after Ville after Ville just being slaughtered. Anotand, all of a sudden, 14 Villes have gone down. 3DB basically doubling his eco. 4 war elephants slowly starting to move across. 5 war elephants. I mean, they're cool units, but they are just too slow. Anotand, though, dropping a keep in the middle will be a town center about 20 seconds. This will allow him to secure shoreline fish and produce up more villagers. And in my opinion, he just needs to keep dropping keeps. Keep. All he needs to focus on doing right now. 4 knights circle back around. Villagers still trying to run. Villagers react correctly, but just, you know, nowhere to really go. And it's so hard to defend these high mobile units of the knights. Mass at home spots out that war elephant. Another scholar running for this. This single knight has killed like 7 scholars, it feels like. Just Anotand's feeding up their lives. Gold has been taken in the middle by 3DB. Hasn't produced any more traders. Just you know, hasn't really even gotten a actually, I guess he has gotten all the second eco tech, so that's why a couple more traders have popped on out for free. And now, food in the east trying to be taken. Knights are already right there, sitting there, waiting, watching. And just more Villes having to run. And over time, as some Villes escape, you'll notice that some are quite low health. As they come back, they start getting one shot rather than, you know, a couple shots. Ooh, and there's the main mass. There's the main fight. A couple of knights went down, as you see, but not at a cheap cost, as one of the elephants, 2 of the war elephants have been taken down. 3DB 51 military mass to Anotand's 13. Another keep being dropped forward. A defensive keep attempting to be dropped for 3DB. 19 Villes compared to 11, but keep already started a little bit earlier for Anotand, but knights are on their way. There is no way this keeps going up. There's no way that just Villes being sent to the slaughterhouse. I would not want to be a Ville for Anotand this game, because he has had 25 go down and only has 30 alive. Has extra production from this keep because Villa's Fortress is finished, and that's his plan to try to get back in this game. But you can't get back in the game if the villagers you produce aren't able to stay alive. And there it is. He's not able to stabilize, not ever able to have an answer for the mobility for the French knights that are so strong. There's a reason why a lot of people complain about him, but I think the problem was he was a little bit greedy with his castle age, and 3DB just so effective with splitting his military with his timing attacks when he sees that Anotand didn't have enough military to hold and didn't invest in enough once castle age hit.